So we're back here at this show number 5, episode 3. So far, we've talked a little bit about security and governance, acquisitions, mergers, and the importance of having the right support to help make sure that machines and printers and documents and systems are operating properly, and also the importance of administrative efficiencies that allow administrators to not waste time fixing and solving things that really distract them from what they're good at and their focus, what they care about, which is patient care. So right now I want to ask you, Gustavo, a little bit about connected care. What role does RDS play in ensuring that healthcare systems are better connected so that they can care for the patients better?
Yeah, well, that's a great topic, Jack. And when we talk about connected care, normally you look at the products that our organization like us offer has to do with document management and document solution, whether it's scanning, printing, efficient ways to do that, which ultimately has to do with how the information gets delivered to a patient, from a patient, and to the providers that support that patient. But there's another platform that we advise our clients on, and it has to do with sharing of information. Many times you have specialists, especially now that you can share. We have products in our portfolio called interactive flat panel displays. So an interactive flat panel display is um, a big screen that it can encourage two-way communication, in which you can put an image and you can actually make annotations on the image. You can create a session with multiple participants in that session and have, let's call it a Zoom call or a similar platform. And we can be making annotations on a patient record, or a patient, or it could be an X-ray, or it could be any other kind of information. So this platform that of interactive flat panel displays is one of the many ways in which we can adapt the technology to support the healthcare environment. And these are things that in the past require a lot more physical traveling. You wanted to consult with a specialist that was located or not available, um, to be physically present. Now you can actually share that information utilizing the technology of interactive flat panel displays. I keep saying again, what we aspire to is to be a consultant that brings, at least expose an organization, a healthcare organization, to an array of solutions that are available to them, and then help them choose which ones are more appropriate for them. But in that conversation, when we ask for the time and what we can, is we want to make sure that we truly understand how they do things, so then that we can pitch in with, hey, there may be more efficient ways to do some of those steps, or ways that you can support some of the steps with a more robust technological solution.
Great. And then um, have you found that like your interactive flat panel displays, mainly your interactive whiteboards, uh, what has been some of the feedback you've gotten on efficiencies that is created for some of your clients?
Well, again, we consult in many different industries. Right now we're having a conversation about the healthcare industry, but there's customers on many different industries, from education to security, um, uh, you know, general business um, practices that are supported by the electronic. In all cases, I think if the point in common is that um, they're people are a lot more accepting now of a virtual meeting. Okay, so a virtual meeting, very much like what we have right now. We can have a communication utilizing a Zoom platform, for example, and I'm calling you from my home office, and that kind of
Crazy.
of setup is more acceptable nowadays. Okay, well, the same way is more acceptable. There is now you need to support that that environment, because I mean we started with a phone call, we continue with a video conference, but now there is more things that we can do to bring more efficiency to that conversation, and
Amazing.
so so these are the platforms. This is where the visual communication comes in. It's an evolving field, okay, and more people are realizing and accepting that they could be working from a home office base but have absolutely all of the level. I was just talking to um, a, uh, a a a client, actually a new relationship, and interestingly enough, they've been working, in their organization, they've been working from home for close to 12 months now. And now, as things begin to ease up and more vaccines are available, and more restrictions are lifted, um, people are now asked to go back to the office. And in many cases, people are saying, well, you know what, let's rethink this office thing, because we can accomplish about the same level
Productivity.
of
Yeah.
productivity by working from home, and by equipping ourselves with some of the technology to support, where we lack the support by working from home, we can incorporate some technology that can strengthen that, and it creates a whole new different environment. So that's what I'm saying. We don't want to be just traditionally about, let's all go back to the office. Hey, let's think about what is the new hybrid. Okay, is there part office, more technology from home that accomplishes some of the things that you were before able to do only by have physical presence in the office.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this new shared economy where, people are using WeWorks and co-working spaces is what I'm hearing is a lot of companies are just wanting to do that, where they will just, in a sense, just pay for X amount of hours, and then people who come into headquarters can just use those and then go home. Like they come in, have the conference meetings, team meetings, and then, and then they're getting their productive work done based on deadlines. And I think that the healthcare industry is kind of moving into that model where um, space is used to actually service patients. And since uh, companies like RDS are helping people move into a fully digitized um, system where there's no longer a need for huge filing cabinets and space for paper documents, and of course some of the government mandates with Obamacare and insurance agencies are requiring EHRs and EMRs to basically keep patient records. And I know that your systems can support that, like turn documents into PDFs or the appropriate file, which then can be fed into cloud-based storage associated with that patient's account in the EHR and EMR. So it's pretty amazing that we're going to have paperless, health centers. And I already saw a promo of a health center where you come in and there's no one there to greet you. You check in with your app, and they do a full body scan of your vitals. And then once you finish that, it picks it up and it opens the door for you. You go in, you go into another room where you sit down, and they find, all the analysis is done, and then you see your doctor, and he has all the digital charts and information. And there's very minimal. like cryptocurrency, Uber, DoorDash, flying automobiles. I think the agency just approved the first flying automobile. In the next 5 to 10 years, the industry in healthcare is going to be so efficient that if healthcare executives are not thinking about this new digital space and digitizing documents and having the right panels and whiteboards, it's really going to be a struggle for them to compete, because at the end of the day there's a bottom line, and so I think RDS's consulting and solutions could be very helpful to them.
Yeah, and let me also add that our partnership with Rico is one of the technological innovators in many different industries. And one of the things that hasn't been a product, it's a product in development right now, but it's a virtual assistant. And it's basically you were talking about, or I should say it's a virtual receptionist. So as you go into an office or into a building or into a healthcare office, you would have a screen with an interactive person, um, but it's all part of a program. It's almost like a 3D image, okay? But you could actually be communicating, and this virtual receptionist could be fulfilling a lot of the check-in stages and questions. Um, Again, and obviously, eventually it replaces the work of a human being, but it also protects the healthcare worker that may be exposed by somebody just walking into a healthcare center, okay, by utilizing technology and still delivering proper communication
Wow,
with the client.
absolutely amazing. Well, thank you, Gustavo. Always, these RDS talks are so educational. We do encourage those who are watching to follow us on YouTube and to look back at some of the other talks that we've had with clients, with other specialists, and just really glean from the wealth of experience and that Gustavo has, his team has, um, and let it inspire you, and let it also inform you in the decisions you're making as you're considering the type of company that you want to work with. And let's not forget, A+ rated, BBB, incredible online reputation. Look at their Google reviews, and I think their Fortune 5000 Inc. award, it all says it. It says it all. So again, I can't boast enough as a marketing specialist of the value and the quality of this company, and most importantly, their CEO, who I think, as the captain of the ship, is a reflection of the kind of compassion and excellence that RDS offers to their clients. So thank you, Gustavo.
Thank you
Appreciate
for the
you.
opportunity, and we look forward to connecting and learning from healthcare centers' requirements so that we can adapt and make a better recommendation. We're here to serve.
Absolutely.